Welcome to Becoming the Ultimate Coach with the Jock
and the Doc.
Hi, I'm Scott Schutte.
And I'm Dr. Janine Steester, and welcome to Becoming the Ultimate Coach.
We are here to disrupt some of the current thinking around how the fitness industry approaches clients. Our goal is to educate and inspire fitness professionals to get the results, income, hours, and career that they want and deserve.
Our combined experience and education in psychology and fitness create a new insight on ways to become the ultimate coach.
Welcome to Becoming the Ultimate Coach. I am the Jock, this is the Doc, and today we're going to talk about, is owning a gym right for me? And so this is something I hear from a lot of young coaches. They're getting into the space, and I'm like, all right, what's the dream? What's the goal? And it's like, I want to own my own gym, which is great. We need gym owners out there. But let's break it down today and see if it's right for you. So we want to break it down to three different things. What are your skills? What's your personality? What's your values? And the Doc is the best one to break down when it comes to personalities and values, so break it down for us.
Well, again, it's that knowing yourself so that you can figure out what is actually the best way for you to realize what you care about. So what's my personality type, and then what do I value? Because if making impact is the thing and I just want to connect with people, but I'm not all that economically driven, or that's that part, it's like, yeah, I'll get to that, then, I don't know. Can you own a gym? Are you going to be fiscally successful that way, or are you better working with people and having someone else mind that? So just thinking about those in that regard. So a couple of things I like to help people think about, and we do a lot of this work in a variety of ways, but are you that high-risk person? Do you like taking risk and challenge and just going into something and seeing how it works out? Or are you low risk? Do you like to think about it, analyze it, those types of things? And I'm not saying one is better or worse necessarily for owning a gym, but you have to understand that about yourself and then think about what market you're getting into and what it requires to be successful in that market. And is it fast-paced, high risk, try it, see where it goes, be on top of it super quick? Or is it highly analytical market where you can spend a lot of time thinking before you move? Rarely in the fitness industry is it sitting for a long time and thinking, otherwise you can be obsolete. But again, knowing yourself or knowing what you need as a partner for those areas that you don't have. The other one is, are you naturally a leader? A lot of us like to think that we are, and yeah, I can, but do you enjoy leading? Are you a natural, like, I'll take initiative and be the first one out there and everybody else just follow me? Or do you really enjoy being part of a team and supporting and coordinating that way and being part of that? Again, if I really like being part of a team and I'm not as comfortable leading, it may be harder to be that owner of a gym, at least in a solo standpoint, right? Then the other thing is, to what degree do I like structure? Do I like high structure? Do I like to have a plan and work my plan and know exactly what my days are gonna look like and map it all out and kind of have that comfort? Or am I like, I don't know, oh, you changed my schedule. Oh, I need to cover for a trainer. Oh, I need to go run and talk to the accountant. Yeah, I don't care. That's fine. It's just a day's a day. I got 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, whatever happens and comes my way. So thinking about some of those things, and then also the precision. Do you like to be incredibly precise, or do you just like to wing it? And one of the things I'll say about any of these categories that I gave is that, you know, there's this common expression that how you do everything, how you do anything is how you do everything. That's not true. It's just not true. And there's plenty of science to bear that out. And I've been on the planet long enough to tell you it is not true. If you think about it, if I'm a precise person, there might be areas that I'm super precise about. My finances, the fiscal health of my business or anything that I'm looking at, or other things like what I wear in the morning or what my house, you know, whether it's cleaned up or not, I might be a wing it person. And so knowing where and under what conditions you have some of these characteristics are really going to help you evaluate, here's my strengths, here's the areas I don't love or I'm not particularly good at. Now, what does it take to run a successful business? What are those components and how are they matching? And again, this isn't a black or white, you failed, you're not good enough. It's how do we optimize our personalities and our strengths so that we can have the careers that are fulfilling and joy, and they also represent our values. Because when we talk about values, is it work-life balance? Is your value to be highly economically and fiscally successful? Is your value to learn and always be getting more information and getting to learn and dive into things? And how are your values, your personality type, how are they best manifested to create the career that you want?
Yeah, and I like to break this down into what problems do you want? And I don't mean this in a negative way. As a gym owner, which I am, there's problems I have to have. Like if there's a problem with a client, then I get to hear about it, no matter if it works with another trainer. If COVID hits and we have to shut down the gym, like I have to manage that. I have a team of employees that I have to take care of. And again, it's problems that I chose to be an owner. As a trainer, I have less of those responsibilities, but I might have a little bit more of a ceiling on what I can do income-wise. But I also don't have to worry about the bottom of not making any money like we did for the first couple of years of owning a facility. So it's just kind of figuring out like what problems do you want to deal with. There's pros and cons of both these. If the owning the gym route is the route that you really want to go, like you're super passionate about it, you've thought about the things that Dr. J broke down as like really want to do, here's the path. One, you need to be a really good trainer first. I see so many people, they're just starting off and they've been training for a couple years and like, okay, I'm gonna own my own facility now. And like the problem is there's so much to learn on the business side, and there's so much to learn on the training side, in the behavior side, in the nutrition side. There's so much education to learn. Just spend the first few years on learning the actual exercise side, the behavior side, the nutrition side, and be a really good coach. After that, start looking for different, mentors, apprenticeships, so you can actually see other facilities doing it, so you can learn from that. When you can learn from other people's mistakes, you can say, well, I like that they do that, I'm gonna take that. I don't like that they do that, I'm gonna leave that out. It's gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of money, and it might ultimately be the difference between you making it or not. So really doing that. And from there, then it's got to dive deep into the business side. We see so much of this of people, they do the route of being a good coach and they jump over, and the business side is a whole new educational side. Like you have to learn, sales and marketing, and you have to get lawyers and bankers and this whole team that you have to work around, which is another aspect of, again, getting the right coach for. So, we're not really trying to discourage you from doing this. We're not trying to encourage you to doing it. It's more taking a step back and be like, is this really something that I ultimately want? Is this going to fill my bucket? And am I taking the right steps to get there? So Doc, anything to add to that?
Yeah, two quick things. One is, again, just ask yourself what your why is. Why do you want to own a gym? Is it because it sounds good? Or is it because you have certain things that you want to accomplish? And then the question is that the only way to do it? And is it the best way for you? Which it very well may be. The second thing is that oftentimes people talk about partnerships. Partnerships are tough. But what I do see sometimes that kind of goes awry is that people partner with people that they like. Yep. You gotta like your partner, absolutely, but it should not be the only criteria by which you partner with someone. Figure out your strengths, like I talked about before and Scott's mentioned, and then where are you the areas that you tend to drop the ball. And if you're ever wondering, just ask your friends or your significant other, they'd be happy to tell you. And then find somebody that likes those parts or is naturally inclined to do that more. And really look at what's required, all the things that Scott talked about, finding a mentor, understanding what's required of owning a gym, for example, and then lay all those out. And then who's going to be, not who's, I got it, I can do it, or I'm excited about it, but who naturally, if you're both not detailed people, who's going to be doing the details? And there's a lot. If both of you are high detail, precision people, you might have paralysis by analysis, and there's nobody kind of driving. There's a lot of conversation. When you're working with a partner, think about too, even when you guys are initially talking about it and whatever, how much action do you guys actually have from your conversations? Or do you sit and talk about it a lot, but nothing's kind of getting done? That's a good sign that you guys might be really compatible, but may not be the perfect fit kind of to move forward. Scott and I partner on a lot of things. Our personalities are quite different and they complement one another. And that's in part why it works. The other part that I'll say real quick is, although our personalities are very different, our value systems are very in sync. The things that are really important to us in looking at business and looking at how we work and those kind of things. And so again, you can have different personalities, but you got to be on the same page about what you want and what you value and what you prioritize as far as an outcome goes.
Yeah, and so just takeaways here. You got to start thinking about this more than just I'm just a coach or I'm a gym owner. This coach can evolve to a lot of different things. Like you can be the director of fitness, you can be head of education, you can be in charge of different programs on there without taking the risk and maybe might not have the right personality to do that. The second part of this is if you really want to go this gym route, you need to find a way to learn more about yourself. You need to find someone like a Dr. J that can break down, here's what your behaviors are, this is what your values are, here's what you're going to need to either partner with or build a team around to support you so you do have success. So that's all we have today. Until next time.